Hello movie people, welcome to a new episode of the CineGuy. I'm your host Steven Angulo, let's talk film. Do you like David Fincher and his twisted psychological films that really put in perspective on society? Well, this movie is not one of them. However, we do get Gary Oldman in makeup, once again. Mank deals with the true story of Herman Mankiewicz, an alcoholic but acclaimed screenwriter best known for penning the classic movie Citizen Kane. The movie explores his life as a well-known screenwriter, as well as pretty much his journey from writing this amazing film, and as serving as a huge tribute to classic Hollywood back in the 30s and 40s. Now, the pacing of the movie tends to go a little bit all over the place. Like, first we're in the present where, while after suffering a car accident, Mank is trying to write the screenplay for Citizen Kane. Then we're back in the past where, we see his status as a screenwriter. Everyone respects him. Everyone knows his name. And, he's hanging out with all these, celebrities and, top name people. And then next thing you know, we fast forward and we're in the gubernatorial election of 1934 in California between Upton Sinclair. And then we're back in the present where he's still recovering from his car accident and writing the screenplay. Yeah, it's all over the place. But the thing that makes it really unique is the fact that the transitions act like a screenplay itself. Interior, exterior. It really brings us into the mindset of a screenwriter and allows us to pretty much, write the story of Mank ourselves. Now, this movie isn't just about Mank's life. It's also about, Hollywood back in the day, back when movies were at all-time high and it was pretty much magical at that time. You see studios like MGM and Paramount and the way they, made these films and all that stuff, all the technical value and everything. It was such a beautiful glimpse and tribute to classic Hollywood, and it really had us dive into, what it was like to, not only work, but also live during these times. Now, the film also puts in the perspective of a screenwriter and kind of shows, how they're often pushed aside when it comes to making movies. Like Mank, he was this close to not getting any credit for writing Citizen Kane. It was all going to go to Orson Welles, who had nothing to do with the screenplay, pretty much. Now, I did like that scene where Orson first meets with Mank and the hospital after the car accident. And, oh my gosh, the way they distort Welles' voice, kind of pretty much making a deal with the devil right there. You sign away Citizen Kane, you're signing away your whole soul, Mank. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a David Fincher movie unless there was a little glance into somebody's psychological mind. There are plenty of psychological elements incorporated into the story, especially between Mank and his alcoholism. Like, the way he behaved at that dinner party, pretty much insulting the host by pretty much in a screenplay format, just going crazy, talking over everybody, causing everyone to leave one by one. It's basically we're seeing a mental breakdown for somebody who is very respected among all the people that he's surrounded with. And Gary Oldman played a terrific Mank. He really, dived into the character and made himself lost in it. It's amazing. That's how Oldman is pretty much with his characters. He knows how to bring them to life and not only make them his own, but pretty much, make them behave the way someone will picture it. The way he was acting, that's exactly how I would picture Herman Mankiewicz, an alcoholic screenwriter turned legend, pretty much. He really channeled this broken human being that despite, everything he's going through, he managed to make a name for himself. And because of that, we will always know him as the guy who wrote Citizen Kane. Overall, it's not the greatest David Fincher movie ever, but it is a really well-done picture that really gives us a glimpse of classic Hollywood, and of course discusses how screenwriters deserve the recognition that they deserve. That being said, David Fincher's father, Jack Fincher, is actually the one who wrote this screenplay back in the early 2000s. So, you know what? David Fincher, you really brought out your dad's story, and I'm pretty sure that's a good way to honor his name. So my final rating is going to be 9.1 liquor bottles out of 10 screenplays. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this review. Leave a like if you did, subscribe and join the crew, and I'll see you next time for another awesome review. Be sure to check out the Instagram page at CineGuySteven for more fun reviews. That is at CineGuySteven. Till next time, this is Steven Angulo signing off. That's a wrap.